Daniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me, but I just got home off of an early morning flight, right? First thing through the door, I want to see my family. I love my family. You know, I'm a family man. I'm an advocate for families, right? Second thing, I got to get that hot shower because I got to throw the threads on. The threads make me feel like $1,000,000, but the third thing through my mind and all throughout the trip is that I gotta have that Tej pack. Tej makes my life uncomplicated. It's uncomplicated skincare for men. The first way that I started specifically was their level 1 system. It's a daily face wash to get rid of the dirt and grime on your skin. 2 times per week exfoliating scrub to get rid of the dead skin cells. An AM moisturizer with SPF 20 because you should always be protecting your skin from the sun. And a PM moisturizer to help your skin stay hydrated and healthy throughout the night. Here's the thing. My favorite part about Tej Henley is that every box comes with an instruction card that tells you when to use each product, how much to use, and in what order. They really making the process of achieving and maintaining amazing skin for men uncomplicated. In addition to amazing skin, members of Tej Henley get tons of benefits, including at least 20% off the retail price, the ability to customize your box, exclusive monthly deals, you can pause and cancel at any time, and you get free shipping. And because Tej Henley is sponsoring today's video, they're offering my viewers an amazing deal, right? Just click the first link in the description and you get 30% off your first box, plus a free gift. It's an amazing deal. You got to get started today. You're not out here trying to look like a Dusty. And if you travel as much as I do, which I'm sure most people don't, but you know me, I'm pushing my bag chasers in order to be in the top 5%, top 10%, top 1%. We got to make our lives uncomplicated, and Tej Henley is no better product. You got to look good. You got to smell good. And you can't be looking like a Dusty. Make sure you get started today. Click the link in the description. Get that Tej pack. Feel the Tej, my friends. I thought about not doing a live stream today. I strongly did because I am disappointed. I thought about not doing a live stream today, ladies and gentlemen, because I was disappointed in what it was that I was hearing and what you guys were sending me in my email and my DMs. Shout out to the bag chasers. Let's get the housekeeping out of the way really quickly. First and foremost, shout out to Tej Henley, 30% off your first order plus a free gift. Link is in the description for you to be able to tap in and get that. I ain't even got my phones on me. Where the heck is my phones at? I'll go get them in a minute. But shout out to Tej Henley, 30% off your first order plus a free gift. That link is in the description. Secondly, I did drop a post, a video inside of the Patreon yesterday. That link is in the description. Make sure you tap into the Patreon. It is absolutely lit. We have the most, the best, the biggest, and the most informative conversations inside of the Patreon. And then make sure you tap into the Discord that's connected to the Patreon. That link is in the description of the videos, the most recent videos inside of the Patreon. But it's dope. That interview, if y'all watched that interview yesterday that I did, that I dropped in the Patreon, and then maybe tomorrow, maybe I'll go back to back. Tomorrow I'll drop a new Charleston White full uncensored interview, and then I'll drop a Patreon exclusive to give y'all some info on the bag. So we'll go. Yesterday dropped the interview. Tomorrow I'll drop an interview full uncensored that is not available anywhere. And then I'll drop a Patreon exclusive video on Sunday also, right before I go over to the Memphis Grizzlies game to go and see John Morant play. Yeah, it is great. So the second best day to join the Bag Chasers is the second day of the month. It is December 2nd, Friday, 2022. And I just had to go. I ain't even put on a hoodie today. I put on all black, and then I also got on my Scully that I'm watching because it's cold in Detroit because it's wintertime. I put on a Scully today, man. Real talk. And the reason why I put on a Scully today is because it's cold out here in these YouTube streets. Not just in a D, it's cold in these YouTube streets, man. You're right, CFZ. That Discord is something serious. If y'all have not already, can you do me a favor as you streaming, and if you're rewatching this, make sure you hit a like for the YouTube algorithm, subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications. Also, on my other channel, the Anton Daniels channel, I will be live streaming tonight with a live panel. Beautiful ladies, me, myself. I might have a guy sprinkled here and there, but you know I'm selfish. I like to surround myself with the awesome ladies to have great conversations about money and relationships. So that will be live tonight on my other channel, Anton Daniels. We got Fight Club popping off in the middle of the night. That's going to be popping. And then again, shout out to the Bag Chasers. We got the Patreon exclusive meetup in Miami that is announced, and Patreon exclusive meetups all through next year. Bag Chasers event, I got the Investor Series that is going to be announced very, very soon, where I personally hear your pitches for your business, and then I give you the seed money to be able to start it. And then we go from there. All right. So again, if you have not already, make sure you hit a like for the YouTube algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and then let's get popping because we got a lot to go over today. So first and foremost, what's the cost of being successful and famous? What is the cost of being successful and famous? Because if this is what it costs, then I don't want a part of it. I dropped a short on this channel earlier and on Instagram, and I might drop it on TikTok too, but I don't know. I'm really feeling Twitter right now, so Twitter is my space. I dropped a short, and the short was basically saying that there's a threshold, in my personal opinion, of what wealth looks like. And the threshold is when you get to the point to where you can pretty much buy anything that you want short of a jet, right? But you get to the point to where you can only drive so many cars at a time. You can only drive one at a time, and you'll never be able to put enough miles on them if you own more than two to where you can justify owning it, but you have it because you can. You have the option to do what you want to do when you want to do it. The idea of being a bag chaser is that we become the best version of ourselves, understanding that everything comes along with it, right? But it's you reach a threshold, and I think that it's a number. And then you have to adjust for inflation and so on and so forth. And a lot of people now, don't get me wrong, and I'm gonna bring this back to the whole Kanye Kim Kardashian thing. And Northwest right here that you see in this picture wearing I don't know what you call it, but it's some form of a BDSM that aligns with what the Balenciaga ad is, which shows the hypocrisy of what's happening in the family, right? But let me go around the block real quick, and then I'm gonna bring you back. There comes a threshold where you reach a number as an individual in which you don't really worry about anything financially anymore. You have enough to be able to sustain your lifestyle. Is nothing that somebody that has $100 million can buy outside of a jet that somebody that has $20 million cannot buy. It's no piece of clothing, jewelry, diamonds, watches. Like I've gotten to the point now to where all of my watches is milestones, all of my Rolexes. And I actually prefer right now, currently, I'll get in the mood to wear my Rolexes again. But I'm currently in the space to where I just like wearing my Apple Watch Ultra. I'm comfortable. I don't need no jewelry. I don't need none of that. I like my cars. I like traveling. We got some international trips over to Africa, Dubai, Tokyo, a lot of different trips planned for next year, as well as the Bag Chaser meetups and things like that. But in a general sense, you don't really worry about too much of anything at certain points in your life. You just comfortable in your own skin, and what you want, you decide you want to buy it when you want to buy it, if it's convenient at that particular time. And so you're just living comfortably, and you're comfortable in the space that my daughter is fully taken care of. My wife will never need or want for anything. College is paid for, so we don't have to worry about that. I'll probably give her a house whenever she decides that she wants to move out and get married because I own a lot of property. Residual income comes in to the point to where I don't worry about money anymore. You don't worry about getting canceled. You don't worry about any of that. And so there is a threshold, and I think that threshold is somewhere between 10 and $20 million to where you don't have to worry about money ever again. And so once you get past that point, you have to start to ask yourself, what are you willing to do in order to get to certain levels? And if you're not willing to do it the right way, are you really selling your soul, your morals, your ethics, your beliefs to get to a certain level to where not only are you getting into a space to where, in my personal opinion, it turns demonic because the people in certain levels or in certain spaces are looking to control what happens in society. That's what true power is. But you get to a point to where you start to go crazy because you're so surrounded by so many bad demonic spirits that you don't even know your left from your right anymore. Fame is not all that it's cracked up to be. Money, when you get it a certain type of way, isn't all that it's cracked up to be, which is why I pick and choose who it is that I want to do business with, and I align myself with the bag chasers, right? But then, like, for example, you see these children, right? And he picked them. If we just gonna be honest before we get into the video, he picked them. He picked her to have children with. And although he may be telling us the truth and exposing Hollywood secrets as far as them looking at his children and then them becoming the poster child and the sacrifices as it relates to what it is that we're using as the baseline for what children should be viewed as, which is, you can look at this picture and take it for yourself. At what point is it $1 billion, $2 billion, $3 billion? I have my number. I do still want to buy the Pistons, so it gives me the motivation to continue to do what it is that I do from a financial perspective. And that's the carrot that I dangle in front of myself. But at what point does it become too much? He also tweeted before he got suspended that Chris Paul, he walked in on Chris Paul busting down his chick. He said, let's break one last window before we get up out of here. I caught this guy with Kim. Good night. And then he followed it up before he got suspended on Twitter by posting a swastika and all of this other kind of crap that she for everybody. He idolized and he placed on a pedestal a woman that was for everybody. She was for the streets. He gave her everything. He spent every dollar that he had at the time in order to build this house. And she went off and she bust down Pete Davidson, and God knows who else that she was busting down. That's just who he caught her with. And allegedly, Chris Paul is a married guy. You know, I hear a lot of talk in these streets on a regular basis. And people are often trying to poke holes, for example, in my relationship, right? Because I am successfully married. They'll say, Anton, how come you don't wear a ring? Well, I don't really need to wear a ring because the ring is just a symbol, but it doesn't actually substantiate whether or not I'm successfully married. They'll say, well, Anton, you always got women around you, or, you know, you keep your wife in this space and she always chilling and relaxing and she hasn't worked in 14, 15 years or whatever and all of this. And I come from a bloodline and a family in which we're successfully married. All of my brothers, my father, my uncles, everybody has never been divorced and everything just goes absolutely awesome, right? My life is bliss compared to this. Everything, my marriage, my daughter, everything. My daughter is a child. She is living great. She goes to homecoming and she likes to dress up in, baggy clothes sometimes. And then she'll put on a girly girl dress. And then she likes to come and jump in the bed. And we all watch movies and Netflix together. And everything is awesome. I prefer that than this. What is generational wealth if it comes at the sacrifice of your morals and your compass, your moral compass and your ethics and who it is that you are as a person? Is it worth it to get a chick that's an 11 out of 10, the baddest chick in the world, that body is largely manufactured? Largely manufactured. It ain't like none of these chicks ain't plastic on the inside and the outside. Is it worth it to be with the baddest chick in the world when you got an NBA player that's sleeping and they all for everybody exchanging everybody's spouses, and you could just come in on a dude busting down your chick that's married? Ain't that Jake from State Farm? Ain't that the original? Look at that smile. Look at that smile. They said it must have been Cliff Paul. Shout out to Persevere Data TV. Says CP caught that match straight. Yo, listen. Y'all better stop idolizing these celebrities. Y'all better stop idolizing, pedestalizing these keeping up with the Kardashian on Hulu and all of this other type of stuff. The reason why I live my life like an open book is because I want you to see what being successfully married can look like. I want you to see what being successful financially could look like without selling your soul. You can have everything. And you can love God and not be a finished Christian yet because you're still cussing and you're still trying to figure it out. We're going to work that out on a whole nother day. You can love God. You can have a secure family. You can have money. You can go up in the corporate ladder. You can be famous. You can do whatever it is that you want to do as long as you keep that character, that moral compass, and do not surround yourself with demons. You don't have to do anything it takes in order to be able to get in the room with people that don't align with you. That's why I live my life like an open book. That's why I champion my marriage. That's why I give you the game on why it is that you're not supposed to pick and roll with people that's not equally yoked. That's why I champion the whole idea of being a Christian. It's not that we all got it all the way figured out. What is a perfect 13-year-old in Christ? Do you have the same expectations of a 13-year-old as you are of a 20-year-old and a 30-year-old and a 40-year-old? What is perfection? Perfection is based off of where you're at the time and the expectations of you. It doesn't mean that you're a finished product, but it means that you're exactly what you're supposed to be in the growth curve that allows for you to be able to be great. That is what the defined definition according to the word of perfection is. It doesn't mean that you're not going to make mistakes. A child makes mistakes. A babe in Christ, which is one of the reasons why people say they saved, sanctified, and filled with the Holy Ghost. A babe in Christ is not expected to have the same expectations as somebody that's been living for Christ for their whole life. A child touches a stove that is hot because they didn't know that it was hot, but now that they know better, they do better. Expectations change, so perfection is different depending on what your expectations are and where you are in your life. And so we're not expecting for you to get it right every single time based off of what we think, because you don't even have a baseline as to what we should have the standard be at anymore, because anybody can do anything that they want to do. But what we're saying is that you need to be growing every single day. Become a better version of yourself every single day. Be ye therefore perfect. Strive for perfection. But see, they won't break it down to you like that because everybody is looking to tear you down and remove any greatness that you have by using your own argument against you and try to say that just because you claim God don't mean that you're necessarily perfect. You can't tell me that my marriage ain't perfect. It's absolutely awesome. And it gets better and better every year. So is it because that it gets better that it's not already perfect? No, it was perfect the year that I got married. For a 1-year marriage, it was bliss and perfection. And then you grow when you stumble and you try to figure it out. And then a 1-year, 2-year, 3-year, 6-year marriage that is then going through financial trouble, and you add in the extra context, the way that you handle it and the growth that you have shows perfection. You are striving for and becoming a better version of yourself every day, which is literally the ethos by which we live by in the Bag Chaser. Shout out to the Patreon members. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. And don't nobody let me slide. Listen, I'm going to just let you know, Joe Mama, I'm not feeling the hate today. So we not going to ban you. But if you've subscribed just to talk shit, understand that I'm not that far removed. Moderators, keep a tight leash. Time these motherfuckers out if they decide that they wanted to get egregious, because we not playing no games. You're going to put some respect on my motherfucking name at some point, because I let you slide with that shit on multiple different platforms. I seen yo dumb shit inside of the Lapeef Let's Talk. Listen, I'm gonna perfectly remove you from the chat if you can't get your shit together because we cooking today. Shout out to Buffalo Bill. Say, chat, do you still support Ye? Curious. We gonna have that conversation. I have not seen the video yet. I seen a clip and I said we gotta review it. Deal with that bitch. Deal with that bitch. Put that hoe on her knees and perfectly chastise her so that we can put her in her place and help her to understand that there's levels to this shit. I glance over at the chat occasionally. Tame your tongue or I'm going to tame it for you. This is a benevolent dictatorship, but please don't make me turn over into that other side. Because it's a dictatorship either way, but I can be nice or we can act like we got some sense. Shout out to Buffalo Bill. Let's continue. So, Ye is making his rounds. And I'm personally at the point to where I told my people, I said, wait a minute, pull back a little bit. Pull back a little bit. Pull back on what, Anton? Pull back on chasing Ye for an interview. No one man is worth all that power. Because I have to be objective and I have to be transparent in the idea that when I align with you and I rock with you, I'm going to be honest about it. But then when you go too far, I got to remove myself because I don't care if you're a billionaire, trillionaire, the most famous person on the earth. I'm not willing to sell my soul and align myself or even be grouped in the same group as some of the people that he's now starting to align himself with. I'm real. And this is one of the problems that I think happens in society is that people align themselves with people based off of their fame and they get starstruck and all of that shit. I don't care nothing about that. The problem with people like Ye is that he's not surrounded by people that have his best interests at heart. Real friends are willing to tell you, hey, you fucking up. Hey, you need to shut up, sit down for a minute, take a break, think about what you're going to say before you say it. Hey, cut the interview. I don't even want y'all airing that right now. Real friends are going to make sure, despite the fact that you may get mad at them at the time, they're going to have your best interest at heart and they're going to have your back. Shout out to MK Rich. MK Rich says, how do we know that Ye is telling the truth? We don't. We got to use our context clues in order to be able to have the conversation. Kevin Cunningham says, great morning. Peace. What's happening, Kevin? I appreciate you. Thank you for the 10 ball and holding us down. And so we got to, I don't really care for it. Alex Jones, and then we're going to jump right into the interview. Let me show y'all. Alex Jones recently, literally, fumbled money. That's Alex Jones of InfoWars. Says he filed for bankruptcy after a $1 billion Sandy Hook verdict. So he's largely known for misinformation. It said he filed for personal bankruptcy after being ordered to pay more than $1 billion to the families of the Sandy Hook massacre victims. Court papers show this literally just came out this morning. Far-right talk show host listed liabilities of at least $1 billion in bankruptcy court petition under intense legal pressure in recent months after the courts in Texas and Connecticut found him financially liable for spreading falsehoods about the 2012 school shooting that killed 20 children and school staffers and 6 school staffers. He's been ordered by the court to pay well over $1 billion in total for his lies about the massacre and the conspiracy theorist that has disappeared from the airwaves. Just yesterday, Jones' show featured an appearance by Ye, known as Kanye West, who spoke positively about Hitler. So we're going to get into that. Johnny Van Johnson says Ye might be the bag fumbler of the decade. Facts. I'm still not rocking with Adidas. I'm still not necessarily rocking with Nike. But Ye absolutely, positively could quite possibly be the bag fumbler of the decade. I still love Ye. I just don't like what I'm seeing from Ye. I feel like Ye is under duress. Let's jump into it. So this is who you dealing with Alex Jones, right? Before we get into the video, because I don't know how long this video is. I don't know how much we're going to be here.
I've literally canceled my afternoon so that I can go through this with you guys. First of all, can we send a prayer up for Ye? Lord, keep your hands on this man and help him to be surrounded by the right people and to come to the realization that he's having self-inflicted wounds, and it's not always every single time everybody's fault. We recognize some of his truths. We recognize that he's telling the truth. We recognize that there may be some trauma and some drama currently in his life and in his past that is influencing his decisions today. Help him to make better decisions. Help him to align himself with the right people that's actually going to have his best interests at heart and not use him, abuse him, and then be able to leverage what it is in his celebrity in order for their own benefit and gain only. Bless him to do the right interviews with the right people and do not get caught up in any more foolishness, and allow for him to learn his lesson and come back and utilize his celebrity, his resources, and his greatness not only for his own benefit but for the good of the people, to leave this earth in a better space had he not been here. We love you. We appreciate you. Thank you for seeing us and hearing our prayers. You say where two or three are gathered in your name. There you are in the midst of thee. We appreciate you, God. Thank you for hearing our prayers in Jesus' name. Amen. All right. So we're going to do an online prayer in real life. Y'all don't know. Anton talked to God like God is right there with me. God is with me. So this ain't new to me. I don't have to stumble over my prayers and all of that. I know exactly how to communicate with God. We friends. We best friends. Send a prayer up for your homie before you nuke him. You know what I'm saying? So let's get right into the show. Again, if you guys can hit a like for the YouTube algorithm, subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications, and then again, we got some really, really great information inside of the Patreon. That link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Let's go ahead and get into the video. So this is InfoWars. I've never been to this website before, but apparently this is Alex Jones's website, and we're going to deep dive into it. I hope y'all are ready for a ride. I have not seen anything on here.
Is our guest. He's going to be here, he says, for the next 3 hours.
Let me say this before we get started with this live stream and reviewing this video. The views and opinions that are communicated in this video that I have not seen yet is that of Ye, Alex Jones, whoever this guy in the blue, I remember his name. I mean, it was his name that was said on Tim Pool's podcast, but I do not remember his name. The views and opinions that are being communicated in this video is not that of my own. It is not that of the Millionaire Morning Show or Adan Media. We are our own people. We are watching this for the first time, and we are reacting to this content in order to inform our viewers and provide information that may or may not be useful in their lives, and to give them more insight and information on how it is that they can do things better. Again, this is a disclaimer, fair use, and then more importantly, we also want to emphasize, again, viewer discretion is advised, and the views and the opinions that are communicated in this video that we are about to view is not one of our own. All right? Talk Yo Ish Network says, I got a community warning trying to have this video on my YouTube. Good luck, big dog. Oh, shh. You got a warning? Give me a second. Let me just think this through. Why is life so complicated? All right, moderators, can you time out Alex Shepard, please? Thank you. Chris J says, amen, but I told you all about Ye. Don't align yourself with people that get in their way. Don't take their mental health seriously, and talks without thinking. This has been Ye's Achilles heel for years. I'd be a lame not to say nothing. No, you would. No, I appreciate you. This is why we need bag chasers and friends in our lives in order to be able to have this conversation. Um, Tater Jack says, I'm not your biggest fan, Anton, but this might not be a good idea. InfoWars has good information aside from Alex Sandy H views, so tread carefully. Alex Jonas bands everywhere. Might be better just for the Patreon. All right, we'll do a Patreon exclusive breakdown of it. We'll do it this weekend, maybe Sunday. Sunday, we can do a Patreon exclusive breakdown of this. All right, let's just go and find an article. Let's do the article. Thank you guys for actually having my back and my best interest at heart, and not just wanting to be torpedoed. AD, we must protect you at all costs. Don't play it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna listen. I listen to my people. I'm not one of those type of people that just go about doing things. I'm gonna just give my thoughts. So let's just do this. Let's go over to the first article that we see. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And thank you guys for continuing to hold me down and making sure that I don't get deplatformed as a result of what goes on these platforms. All right. So let's deep dive into this. Gotta listen to your people that have your best interests at heart. If you what's the point of having people on your side if you don't listen to them? Thank you guys. Good catch, fellow bag chasers. Voice of reason. Thank you for the 10 ball. I appreciate y'all. If you had a Rumble account, you could play it. I just listen. I don't want to do nothing that just put me in a position to end up like Ye with Adidas, and I just don't have time for it. All right, so thank you to the bag chasers for holding me down. So it said rapper Ye praised Hitler and the Nazis in an interview on Thursday with far right provocateur Alex Jones, drawing a fresh round of condemnation for his incendiary anti-Semitism a week after he dined with former President Donald Trump alongside white nationalist Nick Fuentes. So here's the key about it. And let me put this up really quickly. Here's the key about this whole thing. All right. I'm curious, what is a white nationalist? What is a white nationalist? Let me look it up really quickly. Let's go to Wikipedia. Dang, they giving warnings on Wikipedia. Is a racist variation of racial nationalism or pan-nationalism, which espouses the belief that white people are a race and seeks to develop and maintain a white racial or national identity. Many of its proponents identify with and are attached to the concept of a white nation or a white ethno-state. White nationalists say they seek to ensure the survival of the white race and the cultures of historically white states. They hold that white people should maintain their majority in majority white countries, maintain their political and economic dominance, and that their culture should be foremost in these countries. Many white nationalists believe that miscegenation, multiculturalism, immigration of non-whites, and low birth rates are among whites are threatening the white race. Analysts describe white nationalism as overlapping with white supremacy and white separatism. Why can't we just put this all in one book? Why is this all separate? White nationalism is sometimes described as euphemism for or subset of white supremacism. Supremacy? I don't know what that means. What is that? White supremacy? Supremacism. I didn't even know it was a such thing as supremacism. And the two have been used interchangeably by journalists and analysts White separatism is the pursuit of a white-only state, while supremacism is the belief that white people are superior to non-whites and should dominate them. So, if that be the case, then why is he running around with Nick Fuentes? Why is he surrounding himself with demons? Yay. Yay. If you just so happen to watch this, because I know that you tweeted out another interview that I did, so I know that you've seen me on camera before. If you just so happen to watch this, let me just say this. Come on home, bro. Real talk. You got people that the minute that you started to get into Hollywood, they gave you all of the fame, they gave you all of the money, they recognized your genius in order to capitalize off of you, and they took it away from you when you didn't do what they were supposed to do, and now you find yourself in this dark space being surrounded by demons. You got the worst of the worst people that are now coming to your aid, allegedly presenting themselves as though they're coming to your aid, and they're actually not doing the thing that's in your best interest, bro. Come on home. Come on home, man. Fuck that money. It ain't worth it. Forget the money. Forget all of that. Come home. Get healthy. Come get some good soul food cooking. We gonna get you some peach cobbler. We gonna get you some collard greens. We gonna do the good stuff. We gonna do turkey. We're going to get you some barbecue. We're going to hang out. We're going to dance. We're going to do the hustle. We're going to do all of that. We're going to cha-cha slide. And we're going to have a good time. And we're going to get you healthy mentally. And then we're going to put you in that space, that good space mentally for you to be able to do God's work in real life. This ain't it, bro. This ain't it, bro. You saying, look, this is what he said. The rapper Ye praised Adolf Hitler in the Nazis in an interview Thursday. He said, "I like Hitler." A fully masked Ye told Jones. Minutes later, the rapper said, "I love Jewish people, but I also love Nazis." Jones laughed and quickly added, "Well, I have to disagree with that." Ye's comments prompted sharp denunciations from across the political spectrum, including from some one-time supporters, the rapper formerly known as Kanye West. The House Judiciary GOP Twitter account on Thursday deleted a tweet in a post, and it posted in October that simply said, "Kanye, Elon, Trump." The spokesman for Trump did not respond to the request for comment on Thursday's show. Shortly after the InfoWars segment ended, Ye's Twitter account began retweeting posts about the craziest interview in modern history. This is bad, bro. It's hard to be able to defend this, man. It's hard to be able to defend this, bro. We don't need this, man. This ain't it, bro. Let me get my plea. I'm not going to make this a long stream because this is bothersome for me. It's very, very bothersome for me, and it's troubling, and it don't sit well with my spirit. You know, a lot of stuff that we can joke about, a lot of stuff that we laugh about, we use people as an example, but honestly, I don't believe that this is his own thoughts. I don't believe that this is what it is that he really believes. I think that he's being influenced, he's being handled, and I think that there's people around him that are not good influences on him. And I think you need to come on home. Real talk. I ain't reviewing no videos. I'm not about to go back and forth. I don't care about none of that stuff. You know what? I strongly wanted to see it because you know me, I react to stuff in real time, and so I'm not able to really see what's going on. But and see, for example, Daniel Duppy. I'm gonna drop the link in the chat for y'all to be able to come up and give y'all thoughts. How about that? Daniel Duppy Max says his point is saying that Christians love everyone. That's what he's saying. But see, Ye is smart enough to be able to communicate that, say that, yo, it's not that I I'm saying that Christians love everyone. It's a pointed way in which he's communicated that's leading people to believe that he's aligning himself with some of the people that are the worst in history and caused some of the biggest deaths and the Holocaust. It's no way in which we can defend this, man. There's no way we can spin this, bro. I'm just being honest with you. I'm going to drop the link in the chat. I want to hear what y'all got to say, and let's have a discussion about it. Instead of us reviewing a video, I'm going to drop a link in the chat. Make sure your camera is on. Make sure that you got good lighting. And I want to have a real life discussion because you're not going to sit here and finesse me and tell me that fat meat ain't greasy. No, you're not doing it. I'm about to drop the link in the chat. I'm coming to y'all. Give me a second. Give me a second. I'm coming through. I want to hear what y'all thoughts are on this. Because I'm troubled. I'm bothered. It don't sit well with me. I'm going to drop that link in the chat right there. Bang. Bang, bang. I'm about to pin it to the top of the chat. All right. So if you want to have this discussion, if you want to give your thoughts, anybody is willing to come up. I'm only going to bring up maximum 3 people at a time. So if you guys have thoughts, feel free to come up and give me your thoughts on what it is that you think is going on with Ye. Because I honestly think it got to be more to it. It's got to be something. It's got to be something else going on that's prompting him and pushing him to be this way. I don't believe for 1 second that this is just authentically who he is. Not even for a second. It's Harley Pasternak. Who is Harley Pasternak? Buffalo Bill, tell me who Harley Pasternak is. I'm turning on the interview link. I want y'all to be able to come up and have this conversation. I just enabled it. So now if you got good lighting, if you are on camera, I want to hear your thoughts. Your honest to God thoughts. And are you concerned? Are you concerned with Ye? It's a little spun up. He said that he has done something good, such as highways and microphones. Now I admit it was a dumb example. Link is pinned to the top of the chat if anybody got anything that they want to say with regard to this whole situation. It's nothing good to say that you love Hitler. You know, I won't even read any books on him. My brother actually studied World War II. I mean, he studied it and broke it all the way down. Thank you to everybody that support the platform. Look at this. You don't have to agree, but he has the right to say what he feels. Fair enough. I don't believe in censorship. Seraphina, you're more than welcome to come up here and communicate that. However, freedom of speech does not mean freedom from consequences. It doesn't mean freedom from consequences. You can come up here and say what you want to say, but it doesn't mean that people have to do business with you, accept it, or that you are free from the consequences that come along with the things that you communicate. And that's the problem, is that people think that you should just be able to say what you want to say, and that's the end of the conversation. You can't come in my house, say what you want to say, and then think I'm not going to throw you out of that bitch. You out of there. Anton, phenomenal Kwame interview. I live in rural Michigan, and I love hearing about the hip-hop mayor. Yours and Rita's work, yes. Rita, too. She is the favor you obtained. I'm looking forward to part 2. It felt like you were speaking to an old friend. Kwame is my guy. So for those of you that are not familiar, I actually had Kwame in the studio, and we did a live, uncensored interview, and he told us everything. He told us about prison, Trump, losing in Detroit. He was the mayor of Detroit, and he wound up going down, and he talked a lot about everything. He talked about the political landscape. He talked about the corruption in politics. He talked about how black people was for or against and all of this other type of stuff. He kept it all the way real. And then I'm also having him back this in a couple weeks. He'll be back here in a couple weeks. So Yeah, thank you, Kingdom Minded, for the big 50 ball. I appreciate you for having this conversation and contributing to the platform. Let me bring up Chris. Give me a second, Chris. Kwame is a great guy. He's a really, really good guy. And I really, really enjoyed having a conversation with him. Let me see if I can get Chris up here. Thank you, Kingdom Minded, for the 50 ball. Buffalo Bill says Harley Pasternak is a handler threatening Ye. Interesting. I'll have to do a little bit of research on that. All right, Chris, let's see what you got to say. If anybody want to come up and have this conversation and give their thoughts on this whole thing, you are more than welcome to do so. What's going on, Chris?
How you doing, man?
Chilling, my friend. What's your thoughts?
I'm not gonna make this "I told you so" moment to millions of people who are listening. I've been saying this about Ye since 2020, and I stopped checking for him. I don't remember what incident took place, but it was enough to say I gotta wash my hands of this dude. He doesn't take his mental health serious enough, and when it, and also he uses that to his advantage so people can feel sorry for him, so he could proceed to the next level, wherever that level is. He's a billionaire. Well, excuse me, he was a billionaire. Now, now that he had a couple of episodes, the smartest thing for people to do in his circle was not put a camera or a microphone to his face. But because it's Kanye and they fear the cash cow, they said, let's just go with what he's saying. That's the only reason why that Noriega interview came out, because everybody feared Kanye. While there's some people around him, around Noriega, around other interviews that says, no, what he's going to say is going to hurt him, but it's going to hurt us. So we have to draw the line in the sand and say, no, Kanye, what you're spewing is hate. Your thought process is immoral. And to add matters worse, if you're going to use other people's talking points, make sure you use them correctly. I haven't heard him use a Candace Owens talking point correctly once. The first time he did it was the slavery was a choice segment. And ever since then, it's just been downhill from there. It makes no point. That's why when people tell me about Kanye, I'm literally not surprised. The only thing that took me by shocker was when JP Morgan canceled him. I didn't see that coming. Everything else was no shock to me at all.
So, what in 2020? Well, first, let me give a shout out to Emmanuel, my dog Emmanuel. Shout out to you for the 20 ball, holding me down. I appreciate you, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, what in 2020 bothered you so much to where you divested yourself against Ye?
I don't remember the incident, but it has something to do with his mental health. And it's like you're intentionally not taking your mental health serious, and it's gonna affect you. It's gonna affect your family. It's gonna affect the people around you. Let's fast forward 2 years now. He's divorced. He's paying 200K in child support. Granted, that's too much in my opinion, but it is what it is. If you started prioritizing what's important back then, actually before 2020, as you start prioritize what was important when your mother was still alive, maybe we wouldn't have this problem. But we're here now. So there's nothing left but for Kanye to go up. But it seems like he's digging his grave a little bit further just to see how low he can get, just to get a shock factor. And I think that's what this whole thing is. He's in love with the shock factor of it.
I don't think that Ye is in love with shock factor. I think that Ye is saying the thing that is on his mind that he shouldn't say. I think that every last one of us in society have things on our mind that we would say if we could say, or if you just put a microphone in front of our face 24 hours a day and 7 days a week and then broadcast it, or you even put a microphone inside of some people's living rooms and they family on Thanksgiving, you will hear some egregious shit.
Mm-hmm.
I just think that he's unafraid to say what he really thinks because he has no fear and he has nothing that he thinks is holding him back from doing the thing that he feel like makes the most sense for him at that particular time. He's just open with his thoughts and he has no. I'll put it like this: Charleston White calls it blind man shuffling. He calls it blind man shuffling. He says, listen, I know it's a purpose for my life, and so I don't worry about what happens tomorrow. I just focus on what it is that I need to communicate today. And I think that he
Right.
says the things that he really believes, regardless of whether or not it's actually in his best interest or not. I don't think that he's looking for attention. I think that he's just absolutely saying the thing that he believes is the right thing to say, or
But
is the truth.
but even me, I say every single thing. Whatever point I want to get across, I'm gonna get it across. I'm going to make sure I say it in a way where you understand what I said, you know where I'm coming from, and I can live with the consequences. I don't think Kanye has thought that far.
Hmm. I don't know, my friend. I don't know. What's going on, Jairus? Can you hear us, Jairus? Hey, mute yourself when you're not talking, Chris. You got a lot of feedback coming through. Jairus, can you hear me? Jairus, can you hear me? All right, Jairus is having a couple problems right there. What's going on, big dog?
How you doing? My name's Ashanti.
What's
Nice
happening?
to meet you, Mr. Daniels.
You too. Well, what are your thoughts?
All right. We live in a time where, hold up, my bad, give me a second. Let me mute you real quick. All right, so we live in a time where freedom of speech is very, it's kind of looked down upon on certain areas right now, obviously. Like, I'm a young dude. I'm only 28, you feel me? So my
Boy,
thing,
what you been doing all your life? You look every bit
I'm
of 43. What you got
no,
going
no,
on over there?
I'm a skateboarder. I've been skateboarding for 20 years.
Have you?
Yeah.
You only 28?
Yeah. I got my hair up. That's why I just came back from the gym. I'm a personal trainer, you know.
Shit, he
I
looks
mean,
older than
you
me.
fit. It's just that
Yeah.
you got that grown man mustache over there. What's going on with
Yeah.
that?
Your
You
boy.
look older than you look older than me, and I turned 35 2 days ago. My,
Yo, you know what? Here. I'll take it down. I know what I look
No,
like,
we
but it's
got
all
you. It
good.
don't matter what you look
But
like. We just want to hear your thoughts.
let me get back to it. Trump signed something in 20 at the end of his term that had something to do with Israel, and it had to do with freedom. It had to do with our First Amendment. He signed. I can't remember what he signed, but it basically DeSantis is doing the same thing in Florida. Public schools, you're not allowed to say anti-Semitic things or anything of these people own this or their grandparents own this or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You can't say none of that stuff. I see that's what he's trying to do. If he's in that circle and he sees that, that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to break that little thing. In my eyes, that's what I see. All the extra
Trying to
shit,
break what
that's
little
all
thing? He's trying to break the censorship
that
from being controlled
well,
as far as what people can and can't say.
yes, exactly.
But do you think that that's
And,
wise?
we're on digital, we're not on analog, so it doesn't, like, it's not wise on digital because
Like let's say that
this
that's
is the
true.
way we
Let's say that
all
what
right.
you're saying, let's assume that your theory is true, right?
Mm-hmm.
What are the consequences and the repercussions that come along with that?
Whatever the majority gives you. Now, if the majority leans the other way, then it doesn't matter. But most of the majority that lean that other way don't even get seen on digital. They're all analog.
Give me an example.
Those are the type of
Give me an example.
People in the South. A lot of people in the South don't want. A lot of people in the South are about their Constitution. They're about the constitutional rights. They're about that first, that second, that third, the fourth. You know what I mean? The fourth is like people spying on you, basically. You know what I mean? The government watching what you're doing and all that other shit. it's more so just like, all right, me living out here on the East Coast and then moving out to the West Coast as
Link is pinned to the top of the chat if anybody want to come up here and have this conversation. Go ahead.
So I grew up in New York, and then I left New York and moved to Jersey after 9/11. I saw the complete difference with how I was living. It was me and all my cousins and my family in one crib, and then like parents were going to work and everybody was being watched by great grandmother and everything. Still southern style living, because my great grandmother and my grandmother were born, like they grew up down south. Moved to Jersey, then I most white Caucasian, I don't like to say white, but most Caucasian friends I've ever had in my life. You feel me? I can count how many black kids were in my class from elementary school until I graduated high school. You know what I mean? So moving out to LA, everybody that had that conservative mindset that I was around in New Jersey, out there in LA there is no conservative mindset. Nobody care about that. You know what I mean? Whatever the government says, they're like, all right, cool, we running with it. You feel? Out here, like people don't like out here on the East, people don't do that shit.
As far as like as it relates to Ye.
Well, it's like you can't. There's people that literally go by the Constitution. They ain't going by nothing else. Like they don't care about how whatever the government says, whatever who's passing what laws, whatever. They don't like that. The Constitution is the Constitution. You can't go above that. And that's the way I look at it with Kanye right now. Well, with Ye, is he's just trying to be like, this is America. This is what we rocking with. This is what we've been rocking with, but this is what y'all trying to make us rock with right now. And this is not happening. Like y'all been doing this with all these contracts since back in the day.
But what does that have to do with him saying?
Well, the whole Hitler thing and that, well, like that shit that's the him being able to say whatever he wants, period.
You can say whatever you want. You're just not free from the consequences that go along with it.
Yeah, but that's cooling. But it's the fact that he's allowed to say whatever he wants is what he's trying to get past. He don't care about the consequences.
He's saying it, and now he's gonna reap the.
Yeah, but he doesn't. He doesn't care about the consequences, is what I'm saying. Like we care about the consequences.
I think he does. I think that this is the danger, in leaning so much into spirituality, and that you don't understand that it's first natural and then spiritual.
Understood.
What you do and what you believe has to be manifested and translated into what happens in real life. Otherwise, you're gonna find yourself in a very, very, very bad situation, and then you're gonna blame God because you leaned on that thing that you didn't understand in order to be able to substantiate your argument. What do y'all think? I want to come around to y'all. We could just do a popcorn style. Anybody can give their thoughts.
All right, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Try to hear me.
Okay, so my only thought as far as Ye and this whole situation, I think the Adidas contract, losing the Adidas and everything, all the backlash is actually hitting him harder than he would like to admit, or that we may realize ourselves.
I agree.
I think he's at this point he's a cornered animal, and all he can think to do is flail. Honestly, this may be what he believes, and you kind of alluded to this earlier, Anton, but I'm pretty sure he's not surrounded by the right people, especially now. Because, as you said, this is a moment for anybody to capitalize off his name, to gain themselves notoriety, and bump their own views up, and get their own money up. And this is, unfortunately, he's kind of played right into that trap.
If I had the opportunity to kick it with him right now, and I had the opportunity to do an interview with him, and you made me choose between having an interview with him to put it out and have that conversation for the general public, or talk with him in private and impact him, I would talk to him in private. If I could have a conversation with him and tell him the truth, from a real perspective, as far as versus somebody that's incentivized to be able to benefit off of him, I would prefer to actually talk to him in private because I
But
genuinely
my
want the best for him. Like I genuinely am concerned, and I think that he's a significant voice and can do some great things. But this ain't it.
Nah,
and that's
facts.
the difference. So he's surrounded by people that are just looking to exploit him, as opposed to us as being the bag chasers. We want to see him do better. We want to see him succeed. But again, he's surrounded by people who, like you said, he's surrounded by demons, and all they're trying to do is feed off of him. I, yeah,
Mm.
Yo, Anton, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's happening, big dog?
All right. So I have a little bit of
I
a
can
little
still
bit of
hear
a
you. I just got to
different
go
thought.
grab my cell phone real quick. Go ahead.
Okay, for sure. Um, so I think Kanye is trying to do what Donald Trump did. Because if you remember, he said he's trying to run for president or whatever. And I feel like Kanye is trying to do what Trump did and kind of play to the hands of, the base of Donald Trump, which whether you want to admit it or not is, a bunch of white nationalists. And I think really think that's what he's trying to do. But I don't think it's playing out for him the way he thinks it was gonna play out for him.
In what world would he be successful as a result of rocking with white nationalists?
That's a
Not
good
this one.
question. N-
Obviously, not this
Probably
one.
not
Because
this,
in the reality that we living in right now, we can obviously it's not rocking. You know.
not anymore. Yeah, I mean it's
Well, it
kind
never
of
was.
it's kind of not even open. I mean it did for a long time. It did for a long time, and it's not out in the open anymore. It's kind of more behind closed doors, and it's more secretive than it was before. So I feel like Kanye West he's trying to do that, but he's trying to do it back how they did it back then, which is more out in the open, more overt and stuff like that. And
Mhm.
especially as a black man, it's just not gonna work out for you. As richly melanated as he is, I mean, he could probably slide if he was a light skinned brother, but no, it's not gonna work for Kanye.
Yeah, yay hat. What are your thoughts?
I think Kanye West is brilliant. I think he's amazing. I think that it's another chess move like all the other ones. And if anyone has paid attention to what Kanye said, has been saying, he says, it's not that I'm not right, it's that I'm not right now. And what that means is, and Anton, I hear you say this all the time, when you play chess, that means you're a number of moves ahead of everyone. And we have to understand that Kanye has been moving this way for a very long time. It goes really, I think it goes as far back as, shoot, when he was a little kid, truth be told, if you listen
Mhm.
to how his mother spoke about him, right? But he's just waiting for everybody to catch up. And so when you play chess, you'll always
What's the
be ahead
chess
of everyone.
move?
All right. So the chess move is the same thing like he did with Balenciaga and what was it? Adidas.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people didn't even catch on to the fact that he was trying to get out of his contracts, right?
Mhm.
And then eventually it was like, okay, y'all don't want to let me out. I'm going to pitch the people who really control y'all off by just telling the truth, right?
Mhm.
And told the truth, and he got out of his contracts, and he killed two birds with one stone, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so essentially, if people don't pay attention right now, is Kanye West is is using something from the scriptures. I
Mm.
don't know, everybody don't really rock with the scriptures, but it's
Mhm.
called the truth. Sometimes the truth ain't what everybody wants to hear, but it's what we all need to hear. And the truth of the matter is, he said that he rocks with Hitler or the swastika because there are some good things that come from that situation. He's not saying that, at least from my perspective, he's not saying that to say, hey, I'm they're good because the terrible things that we were taught that, was done and that we read. What he's saying is we have to have the ability to think beyond our offense to take the good. And this is the
Mhm.
same stuff
What
that
was the
even
good that
Jesus in the
came out of Hitler?
say that again?
What's the good that
I,
came
I
out of
can't
Hitler?
I can't I can't necessarily say that I'll be honest with that. I can't necessarily say that I will speak to what the good was that came from Hitler, because historically all I've ever heard was the bad things that came from Hitler.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what I will say is there's more to the story about, what's going on, what went on with, the whole thing. And I'm not saying that to be insensitive to, Jews and, what went down. I'm just saying that, like you said, let's be objective about it. Let's do the research, find out what we know. The one thing I
You
went to
don't
go
think that
look at
we've done
immediately.
enough research about Hitler to be able to better understand of exactly what his objective is
Maybe no, I don't. I don't believe that we as a community has done enough, because all of the
of Hitler?
information that, huh?
Well,
Of
not
Hitler.
just him.
Wait,
Well,
let
not
me
just
answer this
him.
question. I'm sorry. Let me answer. Not just, you said not just Hitler.
Yeah, because like you gotta remember, he was not the like you gotta remember all them scientists that he had. Most of them scientists were in a thing called Operation Paperclip, and
Shout out to Johnny Van Johnson.
most of those dudes
Mm-hmm.
came to America and
From
worked
Russia.
for, yes, came to America, worked for the CIA, or worked for the Pentagon. One of the dudes that one of the highest. There were 14 scientists. Just look up the. I'm not gonna go into it, but look up
Yeah. Don't. I got
Operation
you, but I
Paperclip.
got you though.
Yeah, sorry.
Well,
I'm
essentially,
still
well, let me let
confused.
me let me
I'm
answer your
trying to
question,
understand the
Anton. Before.
chess move here.
Oh, yeah, I got you. I got you. So the first thing I did. Here's a chess move, right? The swastika, right? He posted. Let's go straight to that. He's posted a swastika, allegedly posted a swastika
On
on
Twitter.
Twitter.
It
I
was
don't know about it. I'm just listening
it
to
was a
everyone say it.
Star of
So that's the
David
only
with
reason
a
why I'm saying
swastika in it.
allegedly. Okay,
It
all
was
right.
a Star of
He
David with a
posted that.
swastika.
Okay, so then I went to go look up the swastika, right? And the first thing I did, I was like, okay, everything that's associated with this symbol is something that is hateful. Per my understanding, I haven't done enough research to have an opinion on it. So what I did was, I was like, what is the history on on the swastika? So far, I've seen that the history of this swastika goes far beyond, the history of how it was used when,
It was
Hitler
originally
was doing
a
what he
Hindu
did.
symbol. It
Let
was
me
a
just
Hindu
land it
symbol.
real quick, and I promise I'll let you respond. So apparently there's more of a history to this symbol, where it meant good things versus the bad things. And if you understand what I mean. Now, I'm not saying this is wrong or right. All I'm saying is that I did some research to start off, versus taking the public opinion,
Hey
right?
Trey,
Because
Trey,
this
I'm
is
gonna
what
drop
free
you
speech.
down real quick. I'm gonna drop you down, Trey. All right.
Okay.
No, you
Okay.
good. You keep going.
Okay, so versus taking the public opinion, which is popular, and running with everyone, free speech is supposed to make us think, so we can have the conversation, like, so we can make an informed decision. And so that is the chess move. This is the very same thing that Kanye has been doing. He'll say something that offends everybody, and you either do two things. You either make a decision off your offense and you go with the crowd, or you say, hold up, let me find out some more research and do some more research on the situation and figure out, is there more to this? And most
So
of
if
it,
somebody,
if
let me ask you a question. If somebody
go for it.
offends you, if somebody says something and they say, "Yo, you a bitch ass nigga," and fuck your mama and fuck your future kids, are you going to go and do some research to better understand why it is that they're communicating that way and what the chess move is? No, I'm just curious.
No, my no,
Nah.
that's a very okay. I understand that. You put it into perspective.
Hold on, can I say one thing? Can I say
No,
one thing?
Hold on. I
initially,
want him to answer.
I'm sorry.
yeah,
I'm
let me
sorry. I'm
answer.
sorry.
Y'all laughing. It's cool. I get it. My initial response would be to be completely offended, respond, and just like go off. But what I'm learning in today's society is that there are reasons why people say and do the things that they do. Offense is only powerful when you actually give it that. So it's almost like Anton. If I say, yo, you're a stupid Anton, you're going to look at me like, you just called me my own name. But that's exactly what our world has been able to do, is take words, use them in an offensive way to make you upset. And so what I'm saying is that I'm learning from people like Kanye West to say, well, the person who called me, or whatever you just said he called me, okay, I don't know who it is. You know, I don't know what context
You don't think that Kanye West is intelligent enough to be able to communicate exactly what it is that he thinks? Think it's some kind
I
of
believe Kanye
elaborate matrix that he's taking us through right now?
I believe
and I
that
listen.
Kanye
I'm
West,
a.
yes,
I like
the answer
Ye.
is-
Like
the
I
answer
like
is
the
yes.
shoes. I probably got
Fuck all that.
175 pair of Yeezys that I have not
Yeah.
sold. That is completely unworn.
If
I see you got the Ye hat on. I have no idea where you got that from. You don't think that you're being a little bit biased? And then I want to come to I'm gonna come to you,
Okay.
Dreads, and then I'm gonna come to Patriarchy. You don't think you're being a little bit biased?
No, I don't. I'm gonna tell you why I don't feel like I'm being a little bit biased. It's because, and I know I'm wearing a Ye hat.
And it's okay to
I
be
would say this.
biased. Like we are biased
No, I know I'm with you. I'm
for the
with you.
people that we love,
trust me.
right? Like
I'm with you.
Patriarchy,
I'm with
for
you. The reason why I
example,
don't-
he explained to me the other day why he liked Bill Burr,
Yeah.
much more than Dave Chappelle. Because
It's funny because in that interview he brought up that Dave Chappelle was stealing jokes.
yeah,
The exact same
I'm
thing I
using that
said.
as an example though, and that you favor him for whatever reason you favor him. When
Okay,
you
I'll say
usually
yes.
give a little bit more rope to better understand where somebody is coming from when you favor what it is that they stand for, or you align with whatever their principle is or their joke, whatever it is. You don't think that you're being a little bit biased?
Okay, I will say yes. I do believe that I'm being a little bit biased because there are some things that I do know that I'm not sharing, like off rip. But what I do know is that most of the time, if not, and the receipts are there, when he does this, we catch up to what he was really trying to say.
Or
And you're right,
sometimes
he
he's
is.
also
Hold on.
okay. So wait. I'm gonna come to you, Dreads, 1 second. So let me ask you a
Yeah.
question.
Go for it.
Was he crazy for marrying Kim Kardashian?
It all depends on what your definition of crazy is.
Yes, bro. She a bag chaser.
Hey, wait, why you laughing? Why you laughing? You used the
Nah, he
word
was crazy. He was crazy
Yo,
for
all
She
that.
a
right,
bag
everybody on the
chaser,
panel,
bro.
while Anton laughs, check this out. In a world that's upside down, we all agree that this world is upside down, right?
I'm gonna read
Is
y'all super
crazy really
chats in a little
crazy
bit
or is
later.
crazy not really crazy? I don't
That's
understand.
crazy.
And if
It's
historically,
It's
crazy.
if you
crazy.
notice, it was the
I
crazy
think it
people
was crazy.
who were deemed crazy, right? That were the ones who actually moved the needle to change the ball. Kanye said,
What that
if
got to
I'm
do with
running in
whether or
the
not he
opposite
married a
direction in
chick that was for the
traffic,
streets?
say that again.
What does that have to do with whether or not he married a chick that's for the streets that he's now complaining about every single
You
day
it
and
has
making
everything to
songs
do
about the
with the
dudes that's
question you
busting?
asked me.
No, he literally just tweeted yesterday that Chris Paul, he walked in on Chris Paul busting down this chick. He made a whole death song to Pete Davidson. He complains about what it is that she's doing to the kids. She's literally aligned with the brand that he hates the most. I don't really understand where you find that at.
Well, what I'm saying is he married her. I believe he married her because he loves her. He loved her.
All right, hold on 1 second, Yay Hat. Go ahead, Dreads, and then I'm gonna come to you, Patriarchy.
Yo, this is where I see it. That the whole thing with the swastika, right? They did the same thing. They're doing the same thing that they did with the swastika that they're doing with anti-Semitic, the word. You feel me? So like you took something that meant something, and then now you're changing the definition of that thing, and then everybody's jumping the bandwagon on that definition to be like, all right, well, this is what he is, and this is what they say. All right, this is what he is, and it's like, yo, but hold on, like, when I was in middle school, when I was learning about the whole, learning about the whole Holocaust and everything, I looked up the swastika and I was like, but that's like a Hindu thing. And then there's Indian companies that still use this shit till today.
That's
and
what I
nobody
read.
says
Yeah,
nothing about
but
this.
here's the problem. Here's the problem, though. So
yeah, I understand he has a bigger platform than these companies and all that other shit.
No, that's not it. That's not it.
All right.
If I
That's
say
me-
what up,
that's
if I
me
say to
assuming.
you, what up, my nigga? Like you not gonna even take it as an offense. You just gonna be like, oh, Anton is just saying what up though, whatever, so on and so forth. Now, if John, your neighbor, he say, what up, my nigger? You gonna take it a certain type of way because you understand the context changes the meaning of whatever it is that's being communicated. So we're not gonna sit here and act like he didn't refer to Hitler and then post the swastika inside of the Star of David, trying to communicate something specific, we're not gonna act like, oh well, but the history of it, the intention, the reason why you go about doing something matters. And so, we not gonna act
for the
like.
conversation.
But there
Okay,
was
so
a
let me
reason why they
no.
changed. There was a reason.
Okay,
My
cool.
bad.
Cool. So let's assume that you're completely right. That would mean that you should get offended every time somebody say to you, "What up, my nigga?" Because
Yeah,
the
no,
root of
facts,
the
'cause that's
word,
anti-Semitic.
the root of the word comes from a bad place, right?
No, that's false.
It comes from a Semitic place on the
It comes
planet.
from a Semitic place, actually. If you actually look in the scriptures, the word
Because
nigger
Shemites.
means Christian. That's
All
what
right.
it means.
What?
That's what it means. You could take your hat off. It's just real information. I'm not lying.
From what root word are you getting
Which
that from?
scripture is that?
Niger. The
From
one, the
where? Where are
Latin
you getting?
word.
So the Latin word of that, right, means
Yes.
Christian.
According to the Bible, right, and according to the concordance, that's the
The
definition.
Bible was
That's what it
not
says.
written in Latin.
I understand that. I'm just saying that the root of the word is not from 400 years ago when the bigots were using it to offend us. It goes further back beyond that. It actually meant just a dark skin colored people. You feel what I'm
Then why
saying?
is it not referenced as a dark skin? There's plenty of darker skin colored people referenced in the Bible. Why are they not referenced that word in Hebrew or Aramaic?
I can't say that
Or Greek?
I can't say that I can answer
Or
that.
Greek.
I'm just saying that the root word of the word nigger that word comes from a Latin word, and that word meant nigger. I mean, there's a deeper history that KRS-One
So if
goes into
somebody,
in that
if a
regard.
white person walks up to you and they call you a nigger, you cool with it then, right?
It depends on,
Well,
like you said,
it
it
depends on where
depends
you
on the
live.
context and how
It depends on what country
it
you live
depends on
in.
the
To be
context and how
honest.
they're using it. Like you said, yeah,
If a
I
white
answered the
person comes
question.
up to you and call you and say, "Listen, nigger, you get over there and you get off my motherfucking water fountain and you go and get on the small one," because they got the big water fountain and the little
That's
water
a different.
fountain.
Yeah,
That's a different. The
No,
way you.
no. Y'all not
Oh,
looking. Wait. Y'all said that y'all was gonna be looking to understand.
yes.
I will tell you this. Yeah,
What
I'll
happened?
get you.
Wait, what happened
Listen,
to understanding? Where did y'all
I
start
just
to
let me
come
answer
into
I
this?
that.
just looked it up. There is no translation for that word in the Latin dictionary. I'm looking it up right now.
You got to look in the concordance,
Okay.
and that's strictly tethered to the scriptures. So essentially, what I'm saying is, I know this sounds controversial, but if you call yourself a Christian, right, according to the scriptures, according to how they're defining it, it's the same word as nigger. That's Look it up. I'm not capping.
So,
Type in NIG.
so you look at
Yeah,
it as a compliment, even if they mean it in a bad
you
way, when somebody would call you a nigger, right?
you could, yes, because
So
because essentially, listen,
was
hold on,
YG's
hold on.
song actually a Christian song
Oh
with
my
Say it
Jeezy?
again,
God!
Was
huh?
YG's song with Young Jeezy, my Nick, was that actually a Christian song? Was that a praise
YG
and worship
song with
song?
Young.
This is
I
so
don't believe
bad.
I know that song.
Or any rap song that has it?
Any rap song? I mean, I believe that.
Was C
Okay,
Murder
the song
song
that's
down
called
for
"Niggas
my
in
nigga? Was that
Paris."
actually was that actually about bringing Christ? C Murder song with Snoop Dogg down for my niggas? Was that actually about bringing Christ to the world?
It could be.
Y'all
It could
are
be.
patriarchy.
If you're
What do
talking
you
about
think
niggas in
about
Paris,
everything? Hold on,
I'm only
hold
speaking to
on,
that song.
hold on. Give me a second. Patriarchy. What do you think about this?
I think number one, I don't know what Kanye West was thinking. I do like Alex Jones. I do like a lot of the stuff that Nick Fuentes may say from time to time. Not everything, but some of it. I don't know what Kanye West was doing. I don't like. I'm not here to like defend anything Kanye West did. I don't know the strategy here that everybody's talking about, and if it is a strategy, it seems like a pretty negative one because it's costing him financially.
Yep.
Um, there's a very interesting interview a couple years ago between Steve Harvey and Monique, where Steve Harvey was trying to tell Monique about working within the process to get what you want and making moral stances that cost you money,
He had her
right? And
on his show, didn't he? I think that he
yeah,
was. Yeah,
and
he
that
had her
was
on
a
the show. Yeah.
very I don't understand like where Kanye was going, but I do think that there is a lesson in watching what's happening to Kanye West, um, and that is the idea of where America's going. The idea of freedom of speech is very theoretical at best. Private corporations have more power than our government, and social media is speech. And if you can suppress, when people say freedom of speech, if you can suppress somebody's expression, that technically to me is speech. So I believe that these social media companies and the people over them have more power than anybody in the world. I think that social media, while being good, can also be tyrannical in a sense. And I think that our Constitution, or the people who wrote our Constitution, there's no way that they could have ever seen anything like this coming. And I think Kanye West is just an example of that. And I think that America can be just as much of a banana republic as anywhere else, right? The fact that you're finding all these tax bills now that he owns, the fact that that all of this stuff, that our legal system can be molded to just completely bankrupt people based upon what they believe, is just a little ridiculous to me. And I feel that, I mean, I don't ever want to hear this idea that America is just this place for freedom, whatever that's supposed to mean, because it's not. And I don't want to hear this idea that America is just this place where everybody can come together and get along, because it's not. So I do think, outside of Kanye West, like just putting Kanye West on the shelf, I don't understand what he's doing. I don't get anything that he's doing. I don't get what stance he felt he was trying to make.
You
But
just explained everything he is doing, though.
no, I did
He's
not.
the epitome of everything you just explained.
No, I did not. So I don't understand. Usually, if you're going to do something, you're supposed to have a strategy and what it is that you're doing. If you're telling me that you're playing chess, I'm not just going to randomly sacrifice pieces so people can say, "Oh, look at what's happening to me," so I can become a martyr. But in becoming a martyr, you gain absolutely nothing. Like, I don't understand. Like, I don't get what moral stances he's trying to take. I'm waiting for this great comeback that people say is supposed to happen, because I don't see it. So what I'm telling you is that the when it comes to the political right, when it comes to the what the people on the right believe, they got to start making up their mind on stuff, and they got to start seizing power, because at the end of the day, power is all that matters. Your moral principles don't matter. Doing the right thing anymore does not matter. Even appearing like you're doing the right thing, if you don't have power, you have nothing. It doesn't matter how right you are. It matters winning and losing. And Kanye West right now, from what I'm seeing right now, is losing financially. He's losing politically. All of this. Like, I don't understand. You can laugh if you'd like, but I'm just saying. Go ahead.
Now, is it a problem because we're pocket watching?
No, why would it be a problem?
It's not a problem.
We live in a capitalistic society. Why are we pocket watching?
Do we?
Yes, we do.
I don't think so.
Pretty much.
When somebody can say a couple words on TV, and then you can give them a tax bill and put them in jail, that's not capitalism. This is some alternate universe. This is an alternate universe that when social media was invented, throw all your economics out the window. This is the new money. This is the new currency. Your words are the new currency. Your beliefs are the new currency. Segregation went from skin color to political beliefs, like that. So your money, your capitalism, your basic economic theory, all that stuff to me is outdated. The social media companies, when they were writing The Wealth of Nations, which was the guidebook to capitalism, there's no way they could have ever predicted social media cancel culture.
No, definitely not.
You're right about that.
So like I said, this idea, if they can find Kanye's tax bills, Where were these at a year ago? Where were these tax bills at 2 years ago? How do you look at how fast everything is piling up? It just goes to show you, and then the fact that you're banned on multiple things so quickly, not to say what he's saying is right, but it just shows you what type of world we're living in.
A world that freedom of speech really doesn't exist. You have
it's
one
not
guy
the
that's
world.
taking
We
on
live in a
everything.
country, though.
Has anyone ever thought that his goal was just for everybody to have the conversation? Have you thought about that? Because at the end of the day, we're all having a conversation about some untouchables.
You know who's not having the conversation? The people with the power that can cancel you. They don't talk. They don't debate.
Because they don't want to have the
do.
conversation.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
that's
then
a fact. That's a fact.
Your conversations, the day of evangelism and martyrdom is over. Days of cancel culture is more effective than evagelism.
Well, they can't cancel Kanye West. It ain't happening.
Oh, really? It looks like he's pretty much gone.
No.
What do you think the whole process is? What do you think all the series of unfortunate events have been?
I bet you it'll be on Anton's show, and I can't wait, Anton. Bro, I'm being front and center when you have him on your show, bro.
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I'm at the point right now.
He thinking honestly, now. He's
honestly, and listen, all money ain't good money for me. Like seriously, all money ain't good money for me, and I don't necessarily. I honestly, in my heart, don't believe that he's in a position to really have a conversation right now. Because I think that I don't know if it's because of what's going on in his family life. I don't know if he got the right people around him. I don't know who he's being influenced by. Honest to God, like on my father's grave, bro. Listen, let's say hypothetically he comes on my platform and then something happens to him right after that, right? Let's say he, for God forbid, just hypothetically offs himself, right? I couldn't live with the idea that I capitalized off of the fact that I had an opportunity to get him on my platform versus have an opportunity to have a real conversation with him. I don't see it the way that you see it. I don't see this whole
why you can't kill two birds with one stone? Have a real conversation with him on your platform. It all depends on what your intentions
because I think that he's in a space where he needs somebody to have a real conversation with him offline instead of just capitalizing off of his name to his own demise. When I have people on my platform, I want them to become more successful as a result of it. I don't want to use people to their own demise in an interview.
I mean, I understand that, but have you noticed with Ye, he's an open book. I've seen you, even yourself, oftentimes like you'll be an open book where you'll live out your life and certain things that's happening in real time right on the internet. And sometimes you'll get information even from your mother in real time. Why can't he say because essentially that's what he does.
I don't think that
tell me the
I'm
truth
gonna be honest
in
with
real
you.
time on the platform. He doesn't care about that. What he cares about is who's gonna genuinely tell him the truth. And you
I don't
do
think that y'all
that.
have yet. I don't think that y'all Kanye fans have his best interest at heart. I don't.
Why would you say that? You like are you saying that because of me? You think I don't?
Because friends don't just let friends go off the rails and then just defend every action as a result of it. Friends tell friends the truth, and have that civil discourse. And I don't think that this is like this ain't love.
I'm reminded
what's happening right now. This ain't love, man. This is not Christ-like. This is not love.
What's happening right now?
I'm reminded of a verse from J. Cole's False Prophets.
What's happening right now? I don't get it.
And that he's basically called out Ye before, and he said the world's egging him on, and he's begging him to stop it. I think this is what the true fans need to do. Is we need Ye to just stop, recollect himself, because you don't just come back from losing over $1 billion. Like, I can't fathom a loss of that magnitude. On top of getting hit with child court, on top of just the sheer amount that he now has to pay in child support. Like, I don't care how strong of a person you are. Certain things you once you pile up, you can look at me funny all you want, but the point is everybody has a breaking point. And for that, he may have been able to handle it had it happened slower, but the way it happened as fast as it did, not everybody can handle that. And Ye was already kind of unstable, especially dealing with the Kardashians for what, a decade plus. So I really do think he needs to, keep his head down, really actually try to figure out where he's at mentally, because I don't think he truly understands, though he says and acts like he does. Because like I said, I think he's self-destructing, and he doesn't he's doing what he only knows how to do right now. So
Ye doesn't serve the master of money. He doesn't care about money. And I think we're looking at all of this through the lens of money and the
Through the
results of
money.
money. But he says it himself. He says that I only perform for an audience of one, and that's God. That's it. He doesn't care. Matter of fact, Ye was down 50 million. I mean, Anton, I'm sure you know that. I believe you might have spoken to that before. He don't care about losing money. Clearly, he doesn't. And he doesn't. And he
So
doesn't
then
care
you're
about
fine with
losing it.
everything that's happened to him then?
Yes, I'm fine.
Okay.
He's fine. He's
No, I'm
fine.
asking you.
Say that again, one more time.
I'm asking you, are you happy with everything that's happened to him?
What do you mean by everything that's happened to him?
You just
Well,
said he only.
I'll answer that for based off of the way that I am fine with everything that has happened to him thus far because of where it brought him today and where
Where's
it's
it brought
bringing
him?
him tomorrow.
Where's it
It
bringing him?
brought him to being I believe that it has brought Kanye West to the space of being a true leader. And the true definition of a leader is someone, right? Well, let me not say that. Let me not say this true definition. I believe that the definition of a leader is someone who is ahead of you that you can follow, not someone who is following the money or following the narrative of what this society has built, but he has gone against it. So Ye has been in this position before where we've canceled him, even when he was on TMZ and said what he said, and then he later followed
You
it up
think you
with an
think
explanation.
historically he's been to this level before?
I think historically, no one has been to the level that Ye is in right now because name one black
Okay.
man who can go on. Go ahead.
No, I don't disagree with the last statement you just made.
Right. No one has been to this level where he's at before. Name the first time you've seen a black man go on one of the largest news networks and basically say whatever the heck he wants. And
Okay.
and then says, I don't care. You can come kill me, but I'm not going to let you have my people.
Okay.
I'm
This
doing
is
this for my people.
this
And
is the thing,
and and
right?
and then he walks around with like no security, and it's like, okay, and it's still happening. So we're waiting to see what's going to go down.
This is the
But
thing.
I truly go ahead.
If you think that this is going to accomplish some kind of mission, I think that the jury's out on that. I'm not saying that I'm right on that. It may at
Hmm.
number one, I don't know what goal. What goal is what is the goal?
He's saying his goal. He
And what is
no one
that?
every the goal is he wants us who are on this platform, his people, right, to have the same things and to have a better life the same way that the Jews have it. He said it plain and simple.
And is that going to happen from him talking?
Yes.
So
The
you think
fact that
you
what
think
I'm saying is
collectively, hold on a second, hold on a second. So
yeah,
you think
yeah.
collectively people as of today are going to say, "Hey, you know what? Instead of me studying basket weaving, I'm going to become a doctor. Instead of me doing that, I'm going to become a lawyer. I'm going to form a political union um, to stop people from talking about my specific group. And then I'm going to invest within my community and then have walls around it." You think that that is going to happen just from Kanye West talking?
It's not. Oh no, it's not going to be just from him talking. It's
Yeah.
going to be
Here
also
we
from
go.
the things he's doing. Also, he's not just talking; he's doing things. Also, I don't know if you guys are aware, but Kanye has already started building communities, infrastructures, getting into like aquaponics and stuff, farming, things to make our community way better and less, costly. He's trying to not me not say trying. He's creating a new way of life. If
Okay.
Eddie,
you do, if you
I'm gonna pull
Listen,
you
It's,
down
it's,
for
I'm
a
gonna just
second.
say this. I'm gonna just say this. I've been wrong on Kanye before. I
we
just
all
don't
have.
understand what the goal is.
hey,
Like
yo,
my thing
thank
is,
you,
I just
brother.
don't understand what the goal is. That's my whole thing. Like I'm trying to figure out what is
Very
the
so.
goal, and how does this, in terms of a long term strategy, help you to get to that goal.
Hold on. I'll call you right back.
The long-term strategy is
Probably
to
talking to
basically
Kanye.
go after the head of the snake, and the way you go after the head of the snake is you go after the people who control all of the money, and you have everyone just have a conversation about the people who control the narrative and control all of the money.
This is
Now we're all,
insane.
and that's what the Jews don't want. They don't want us to talk
This is
about.
insane.
It's
This
really
is
what's
insane,
happening.
bro.
It's legit. That's the strategy. We're all having a
So
conversation about the
basically,
people who
So
control the
you think a
narrative.
conversation is going to remove? So people who are at the top financially and politically, you think your little bitty words is going to remove them?
I believe that what the words are going to do is it's going to bring awareness to who is controlling the narrative, and remember, in order to be in power, the people who move
how did
quietly,
you
and,
fall in
and
love
and
with
Anton, you
Kanye?
can attest to this.
How did you fall in love
You
with
Anton,
Kanye?
Anton, you can attest to
Have
this.
you ever? No, hold on. Have you ever seen that movie? What was it? Brown Sugar with Tay Diggs and when they was talking to like what was the first day you fell in love with hip hop? How did you fall in love with Ye, bro?
I'll tell you how I fell in love with Ye. I fell in love with Ye. Like when I was in high school, I had a love for him, but then I fell off of that because I didn't understand. But I really fell in love with Ye on March 4th when the third episode
You said
of
wait,
his
wait. You got the exact day? Okay, go ahead.
yeah, I got the exact date. I got the exact date for you. You asked me a question, I'm going to answer it like two.
No, I got you. I got you.
I fell in love with him on March 4th, 20 last was it this year? Yeah. This year. Actually, this year. Yeah. This year. March
Who you
4th,
talking to?
2022.
Who you talking to?
Go ahead.
Who was you talking
You've
to in the
I'm
only
talking
been
to
a
my girl.
Kanye fan for a year?
No, I've been a Kanye fan for longer than this. I'm saying that when I fell
But
in love with
you
him.
fell in love with him a
Yeah.
year ago, March 4th.
On March 4th, not a year ago, this year actually, March
So
4th.
March 4th. What happened this year that caused you to
March
fall
4th,
head over heels for Ye?
what caused me to fall in head over heels in love with him was his documentary series. And it was the third episode of his documentary series where I realized that God's hand is over his entire life, and that's what it was. That that I believe that, and I'll go on record with saying this on your platform that I believe
Wait,
that
wait, wait,
Kanye
wait.
West has.
There's thousands of people watching this.
Yeah, I'm with you. I know. I got you.
This is gonna be
I
restreamed a
believe that.
lot, thousands of times.
Yeah, I got you, bro. It's
You
cool.
thought about this
It's
before you
hard.
about
It's
to
all
say
good.
it?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay,
I promise.
Go ahead.
All right. Yeah. I believe, right, that Kanye West has basically, always claimed himself to be Jesus. So, I'm one of those people that believes in reincarnation, and I believe that the same spirit that guided, Jesus back in the day is the same spirit that guides him today, and that's why I fell in love with him.
And you think that Jesus would be out there? Jesus Christ. So you think that Jesus would be on Infowars, having a conversation, about how Hitler and all of this other type of stuff, right? It's a chess move.
I believe I believe that Jesus would tell us the truth no matter what it will look, no matter what it looks like today.
I'm
Man,
gonna
I help
let
him
y'all
out.
discuss this. I'm gonna take a bathroom break. Give me a second. It's a lot. It's a lot to unpack.
I'll add on
This
to
is a
some
lot
things.
to
Listen,
unpack.
listen,
It is a lot to unpack, but
Let me take a
let
bathroom
me
break.
let
Y'all
me
go ahead and have y'all.
let me help Ye out, man. My man Ye hat. I resonate with what
indeed,
he's saying. I just think you're not capitalizing. You see what I'm saying? That's all
okay.
it is, bro. I just think you're not capitalizing. That's it. So
When you mean capitalizing, what do you mean? Like money? Just like
no, no, no,
some
no,
way
no,
to.
no, no, no. On your point. On your point. Now,
Oh,
Ye
okay.
is
Help me out.
it's a chess move. You right.
Yeah.
This is a chess move Ye doing. You also write
Mhm.
about it. Him making us have a conversation. Kanye is throwing hints, and even Kyrie is. Y'all remember when
Mhm.
Kyrie said, "How can I be anti-Semitic if I know where I come from?"
Indeed.
Thank you.
Indeed.
That was the biggest hint that they thinking that we all would catch on.
But they but
None of us on this panel can be anti-Semitic.
none of us.
We
I'm
are
with
the
it. I
Semites.
caught on to that.
We are the Semites. It's really nothing to discuss. We can't be anti ourselves. We are the Jews. Black people are the Jews. Mexican
Indeed.
people are the. We are from Judah. That's why it is even
Indeed.
called Jews. They are Jewish. You can't be purple and purplish.
I'm with you.
Bam. They want us
And
to
that
have this conversation, my brothers. We cannot be anti-Semitic because we are the Semites. That's being anti-Shem. Y'all can Google it right now. You can do all the research in the world, but my man's coming from that Bible. He right because it said right there in the Bible. That's why they change. That's why they jugging us. Y'all look up what is it? What is it? Zionism.
oh yeah. I've been through
Everybody
that.
on their
I'm
computer
with you.
already. Pull up another tab. Just Google Zionism.
Right. One of the things people don't understand is we'll feel differently with more information. If you ever want to feel different about something, gain as much information and understanding as you can, and it'll make you feel differently about what's really going on.
what good is your understand what is your understanding brought in you?
I'll tell you. My understanding
What
has
is your,
brought
what
me.
are your words? What are these words of people saying things publicly? What is it actually doing?
Dude,
All
look,
right,
we
you
doing
asking
the
me two different
research
questions,
now,
bro.
my brother.
You
We
No,
don't
asking
but
have
me
to
I'm
go
saying
back and forth.
I understand you're doing the research and I understand you're going out and you're talking. But what are
No, no,
your
no. I'm
words
saying
bringing you? What are your words
you
bringing you?
you
Can I
you
answer
could
the
go
question?
research it right now, my brother.
I'm not
That's the place
talking
that we're
about
lost right
research.
now.
I'm not talking about research. I'm not like these things that you're saying have been said for years. How
What
is
am I?
what you're how is what
It
you
hasn't been
just
said in
said?
this manner.
Okay, so saying it in a different manner is going to change something.
That's what I think
No,
he's trying to
it's
do.
all right.
So
And
So
so
you
I
asked the
think
saying it
question.
if
so
you look
saying
at
it hold on a
if you
second. So saying it is going to if you say it publicly, that's going to stop JP Morgan from taking your money. So you can be right in your words, but JP Morgan has taken your money. Like what I get it when it comes to talking. Talking I get it. But when it
You
comes
don't
to
believe words have
action,
power? You don't. Yeah. Word. Before there's actions, people have
actions
to hear
start from
words.
words though.
okay,
This is
so
why
I'm
words
asking
matter.
you, where's the action?
The,
I mean, that's the part that you have to play
all
The
out.
right.
He
action
I'll
on
has
tell
his
what?
you what
goal,
the action
he has his
is.
Action
vision,
on how to stop
right?
JP Morgan
He
from taking
he
your
has
money?
his goal and he has his vision. As of we know right now, he wants to try to make a bid for president in 2024. But I think you guys have to like look from where Kanye first started, like from the beginning of Rockefeller days. He's been trying to do in a situation in a small microcosm of what he's doing now from what he was doing back then. Break away from all of the mold. Do something that's never been done before. And I think like every major milestone in his life, you've kind of seen this metamorphosis of him changing. Whether it's from him getting in that car crash and he made through the wire, he spoke about it. He's trying to, rid himself of the old ways, become a new him. when his mom died, he had another metamorphosis that you saw in his music. He just became someone totally different. Now,
Great
up to
music.
now, Kim is leaving with his kids. That's a whole life-changing lesson you learn, and you become something totally different. And so that's what I think it is now. He sees that the social media trend, the
But
cancel
he
culture
chose
trend.
her. He
You're
chose
absolutely
her.
right. It's something I wouldn't recommend to anybody.
You
But
can't-
he
hold
did
on,
make
hold
that
on, hold on.
mistake,
You
and now
can't-
he's
you
trying to
can't-
learn from it. He's trying to become that person. Somebody who's different.
can't
And I think you see
you
this
can't
social media, this
self-inflict
cancel culture
wounds.
trend. It's exactly what's steering wrong with these younger
Self-inflict
kids,
wounds,
steering
and
the
then you
world
think
into
that
a place of degeneration.
you can't self-inflict wounds and then blame the general public as a result of it. You created these kids that they then are parading around in Hollywood that look like this. Let me go ahead and pull it up for you.
I agree to an extent. Yep, he did create the
You
beast,
created
whatever
this monster.
that he's laying.
This is your doing.
But-
You chose her. You have 4 kids with her.
But I think with every great trauma or major issue that comes about in your life, you change a little. You become somebody different. And
No,
it's not
sometimes
to
you go to
eradicate what he's
jail.
done in his
Sometimes you
past,
lose everything and you die. Sometimes
right?
Facts.
you get killed in war and you lose the battle and they rewrite history and because the winners are the ones that write history. Sometimes you lose.
And none of those things happen
No.
to Kanye.
Let me revise that. More often than not, you become a victim and not a victor. Please listen. I don't know how many pastors. Maybe I should make a phone call to Rita and put her on the phone. I don't know how many pastors, preachers, evangelists call me when they 50, 60, 70 years old and say, Anton, I preached it, but I'm out here looking stuck out now. I need some help. I don't know what to do. Can you coach me through this? What am I supposed to do? Like sometimes you lose.
Yeah.
I don't know what form of history. Listen, the bad guy wins a lot of times.
And right now, the argument that I'm making is this, right?
Did
When I
Kanye
look
lose?
at
When
I
Yes,
look at
he's losing.
hold on
Right
hold on a
now,
second.
he's losing.
I'm looking
What's he
at the
losing?
principle. I do want to make a point real quick. I'm looking at what's happening, right? And I'm seeing a guy who is giving his opinion. And from his opinion, his bank accounts are stripped. You're finding tax bills out of nowhere. They're trying to put him in jail. And I'm saying that what I'm saying is I want to stop things like that from happening to people in the future based upon what they say. And I know that just talking and trying to prove a point to somebody that's not going to talk back, instead they're going to cancel you, will do nothing.
That's not true. That
Let me
remains
ask you
to be
something.
seen. He's
All right,
facing
bro.
it head
Okay.
on.
What was
Okay.
Kanye?
All right.
What was Kanye calling
facing
himself
it head
before
on.
the Ye change?
No.
What
Let
was
me
he
let me
calling
ask y'all.
himself? Do you
Let me
guys
ask y'all a
remember?
question. Let me ask y'all a question. Do y'all think that black people are bad?
No.
Y'all don't think that black people are bad?
I think they're just misguided.
Do I think they
People
are
inherently
bad
are good.
black people? Yes.
No,
But do I think
as a whole,
black people
in general, in its totality, do you think that black people are bad?
No.
Do you think that black people have largely, to our knowledge, to our limited amount of knowledge, or at least my limited amount of knowledge, has suffered some of the worst atrocities on the face of this earth?
Yes.
Yes.
And do you think that black people today is pretty much in last place?
In the world or in
It
America?
all depends on your
In America.
definition of
Just
first
let's
place
just
and
say in
last
America.
place.
In America,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
but
In
kind
America,
of.
we are
But
in
no,
last
I
place.
don't know.
According to American
But it's
standards,
tied.
yes.
I don't know.
But it's debatable,
No.
right?
No, we
According
are.
to American standards, yes.
Okay, cool. But we not bad people though, in a general sense though, right?
Right.
Exactly.
But we've been
I
fucked
get
up
the point.
since the beginning.
We're not. Right.
Where's the victory at? Where's the chess move?
Facts. Here we
All
go.
right. So
Wait,
can I tell you?
wait.
All that matters is winning.
If we are God's chosen people, were we supposed to lose the whole time? Or
No.
was we supposed to
Yes.
come up out of the woodwork and then rise up to great? Was the point of the story for you to be in last place for the entirety of the entire story, from the beginning all the way to the end? Was that supposed to be the narrative?
No.
So
I'm about to give you. All right. So all right. What you're saying is right. We're about to win together.
and hold on, let me just
Whether
say this one thing, because somebody say we don't follow the laws, right? And I'm guessing that they're talking about the laws of the word and all this other
yeah,
type of stuff.
I'm not
Who
trying to
did?
go down
Who
that path.
did?
No, right?
Facts.
Okay.
Facts.
Wait. If we don't follow it, but we try, and nobody else ever even tried, but they winning, what the fuck are y'all talking about?
Doesn't matter.
I'm with
All
you.
that matters is winning and losing.
Who
All that matters is wins and
followed them
losses.
if we didn't?
Facts. All right. Well,
What are y'all talking about?
Who's our leader? Who's
can
our
we go back
leader
to
to
your original
show
question? Please don't
the
get in that time,
misguided,
Jay,
the
please, right?
miseducated out
Do
of
not
their
say
way?
that.
Barack Obama.
Right. I mean, that's the
No, you're
problem.
laughing.
We
Who
haven't
voted
had
for
one.
him 90% of the way, though?
We did
Right.
the black vote.
That
You're
is our
right.
problem.
You're
He
right.
wasn't, and we don't have a leader. You know, we were
But
on
then,
that trend back in the civil rights era. We had Malcolm X, we had Marcus Garvey, we had all of the real male black figures that were trying to move black people from out of the oppression, out of that sleep state, into something more righteous.
Let me tell you
We don't have
something,
a leader
bro.
righteous.
that
No,
Hold
way.
they
on,
were
hold on,
trying to
hold
go
on,
And
hold
live
since
on.
that
around
time,
other
we
white
had
people.
nobody to
Hold
really
on,
lead
hold
us.
on, hold on, hold on. Let me tell you something, and this cannot be any more real. I come from the black church, right? One thing that I noticed as we went to church every Sunday as I was coming up, and it was so weird to me. And it was like, yo, why are all of the churches in the most impoverished places? Four things I could depend on if I ever want to see one of the worst parts of society: a liquor store, crackheads, abandoned buildings, and a church. I knew
All of
for a
us are
fact
serving
I was
money.
always going to be
And a
able to see
Chinese
those.
hair supply store.
I knew I was
Yeah,
always
fast
going to
food
see
stores for
those
sure.
four things no matter what, in abundance in the most impoverished places in America, no matter what city I went to. Every city I went to the south side of Chicago. Obviously, I'm from Detroit. I was in Overtown and Little Haiti. I'm all over, right? I go to every city, and the first thing that I do when we touch down, before we even
Shout
go to
out
the
to Little
hotel,
Haiti.
is we go straight. No shouts out to Little Haiti because it's fucked up over there, bro. It's fucked up.
Nah,
Dog,
nah,
the high
I
school
wasn't.
doesn't have windows.
Nah, I wasn't
Sounds like
necessarily
real
referring to the
Haiti.
place. I was
The
referring to
high
my people, man.
no. Listen, I've been there for real. The high school doesn't have windows. What
Yeah,
the
that's
fuck
terrible.
are
That's
we talking
unfortunate.
about, bro?
It's unfortunate.
No. It's not just unfortunate. Where is the victory? Because y'all keep talking about these chess moves. And let me tell you something. And the reason why I
Is that
said that as
rhetorical?
I was on my way to church is because I remember people in that same church, and they used to say, God promised he was going to send us the money. 90% of those people are gone, backslid, dead. It's crazy. They were waiting and nothing came. And then I said, you know what? God wants me to be fruitful, and he wants me to actually. We keep talking about the faith part, but we don't talk about the works part. And
Book
so
of
I was like, you
James.
know what? I'm about to go put the work in because this shit ain't working. And I've been looking at the history. I read it. I read a book that talked about 700 years of slavery. And I was like, yo, this ain't, whatever this formula is that y'all got going on here, that ain't working. That's not working. Bro, the hat you have on was probably made by a Chinaman somewhere.
Probably.
A real
Most
slave.
definitely.
A real slave.
Like, seriously.
So
I don't know. Maybe.
All right.
This is the
so
thing.
so
This is
No.
Are your
what
You
questions
know what I feel
rhetorical?
like?
no.
I feel like Cypher. I don't know if y'all know who Cypher is, bro.
From the Matrix.
Yeah, I feel like Cypher.
You like the taste of the steak, huh?
I
You
should
gonna
have.
sell us all out.
I should have took the blue pill and just stayed down in that rabbit hole because the more I have these conversations, the more I just get confused. I don't know what y'all talking about, dog.
I don't think you really want the answer because I want to give
I'm
y'all
sure
the
you're
answer.
gonna enlighten me. Go ahead, give it to me.
All right. You ever hear this analogy where if you take red ants and black ants and you put them in a jar, put some food in there, they'll live, harmoniously and good. But then if you pick up that same jar, you shake it, they all start fighting each other, and then because they don't really know who the real enemy is. Well, essentially, that is the chess move that is being played right now.
Okay.
Kanye West is on the air right now, shining the light on the ones who shook the jar. And they shook the jar. They utilized that jar with money.
He
So
did
the
that,
only
and he
way,
did that on InfoWars with Alex Jones, right?
But the thing about it is this:
Let me finish, y'all. Let me land this. I promise.
Because listen, I was with Ye. I was one of Ye's biggest supporters. But Ye walks off the fucking bridge, and then am I supposed to follow him off the bridge?
Wait.
Yo, if that's
Anton, why were you one of his biggest supporters? Go back to that reason.
What do you mean? Well, because number one, because I'm against censorship. I am. That's the fundamental reason. It has nothing to do with him. See, I don't idolize people to where I'm not able to be objective enough to be able to separate the different things that they say and evaluate it on its each individual merit. He's not my. Listen, Ye is a very smart, genius person, but Ye himself don't even know how to count and run his own business. Okay. All right. I'm able to separate the two and make an informed decision. He's not my God. So I can agree with him when he says something that I align with, and then I can disagree with him when he says something that I don't align with. Y'all looking at him like a fucking God, and you following him, and you can't even substantiate why he's doing some of the things.
What did you just say?
Yo, you're not letting me finish. You keep cutting me off.
I'm sorry. Pipe down.
He said said he was a God.
Yeah.
Fucking hey, what the fuck?
No. You're going a little bit too far up there. I mean,
you're all right. Am I going too far, Anton? Right, don't your Bible tell you that you're a God?
No. We're not about to use semantics.
We know what we're talking about.
Is he your God?
Yes.
He's your God.
Yes.
No, he tripping.
Nah, that's. I still stand with Ye, but not because he's my God. I look at him as a man, and as a man, regardless if you may be right or wrong in the perception of others, you still know how to take accountability and step up for when it matters for you to what you decide is paramount in your mind. I look at what you just said. Like you said, you were standing behind Ye.
Wait. You just gonna let him get away with saying that, and that's the end of it?
Yeah. You just gonna let me get away with it,
part, right?
Don't
breaking
let me
away from the media, not being forced to think one way.
No.
Tearing down your oppressors. Just said those are main topics.
No. Hold on, Orange Hat. You gonna let him get away with saying that?
No, he
saying what specifically?
He said that Ye is his God.
Yeah, that's
true. I said I don't agree with that at all. I'm not looking up.
We're not just gonna skate past
except as my equal.
Right. Throw some stones at me.
Yeah, because he tripping if he say that. Because
I just disagree with calling any man on this planet a God. So that's why I disagree with you.
No, he didn't say he's a God. He said he's his God.
Yeah, that's worse. Can't call no man a God, especially if you follow as a Christian life, in the Bible. You don't do that, and I think that's maybe where Ye is getting a little bit confused about, But I think honestly, if you look at what he's doing, he's trying to still show that censorship is evil, exposing the truth, tearing down your oppressors. Like these are things that he still is paramount on. And yes, he went to Alex Jones, probably one of the most weirdest individuals out here, but I think he did that for a specific reason, to show you the current system that we're living in is evil. And I think one thing that, at least one things that I've read on, the biggest things that I think he's standing on is pure anarchy, tearing down this social structure, this government structure, and recreating something new. And that's the reason why I look as to him as someone who's more in line to be a good president, because the way that we're operating, it's not going to be fruitful for our people and for people after us.
Yo, what up, Coach?
What up, AD? What up, panel?
Bro, what's happening, man? Maybe you can bring a level of insight into this that I'm not.
I've been laughing for a whole 24 hours since I seen that damn interview with Alex Jones. I can only sit back, man. Listen, I love Kanye. I'm from Oklahoma. His mama's from Oklahoma. And so I hold on to that when it comes to Kanye. However, I feel like right now all we can do is gaslight him and encourage him to flip over the
I feel
damn
like I'm
table.
being gaslit today.
Why you say that?
Red hat over there has been trolling me the whole time. I believe that this is a troll. I believe that I'm being set up for trolling right now.
Well, I mean, he's making some good points. I mean, honestly, I
This
feel
man
like
just said Ye is his God.
when he
Nah, did you not
well,
hear what your boy just said,
He was
Anton? Listen
tripping.
to your boy. Listen to what
No,
he
no,
just
no, no,
He
no,
said.
was
no, no,
tripping.
no, no, no. Wait,
no, I
He
mean, real
just
talk.
had
wait,
he
wait,
had
wait,
got
wait,
mad.
Listen to
wait a
your
minute,
boy.
wait a minute. Coach,
Yeah,
you align with this foolishness?
but I'm saying though, like his analogy when he talked about
I will
the
end
ant.
this stream now.
Yeah,
But I'm saying though,
What
like
the
he's
fuck is
calling
wrong
this
with
man a
y'all?
god,
Are y'all
man.
smoking crack
but I mean,
today?
Yeah,
we bugging, bro. We all bugging. Like, what is this man
It's the
doing?
truth.
Like, and then we hearing shit like, and he's making straight shots at BB. I'm not gonna say the full name, and he's highlighting countries that are involved to.
We're gonna just go ahead and just remove this foolishness right now. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. Nope. I'm turning it off. I'm turning it off. I'm turning it off. Link is closed. Link is closed for the day. Y'all not about to troll me today. No way. No sirree. Nope. Take it up on Fight Club. I'll set it up on Fight Club tonight. Y'all can have that conversation with Brittany and Aaron. Y'all not about to troll me today. Make sure you join the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Y'all not about to make me lose sleep. Take it up on Fight Club. I'm not doing it. Y'all not about to mess up my energy. Nope. 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 I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Not today. Listen, I love y'all. Okay, we're not gonna be spamming the chat either. So we're gonna put you on timeout. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Y'all gotta stop. Y'all can't be standing this hard. Not listen. I believe in supporting and aligning with people that roll with you. If I could get people to love me this way, I would take over the whole world, and I wouldn't fumble the bag like Kanye did. If I can get somebody to love me the way that these guys love Ye, oh my God. Bro, if y'all loved y'all wives the way that these guys love Ye, if y'all loved y'all kids the way these dudes love Ye, if y'all loved y'all kids the way these dudes would sell their left nut just to have a conversation with Ye. I'm not doing it. Nope. You can't convince me. Make sure you tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. God bless you and good night.